I just got back from completing the Tuscany Trail in Italy, a 560-kilometre ride from Massa through the Tuscany countryside down to Capalbio. On the front, I had pretty much most of my sleeping kit. So I've got a kanga attached to the front of the bag. In that, I've got probably about 5 metres of thread. I've got a 4DOS 3 ground sheet with a few mini clippers in. Ideal for one person to use as a tarp or as a ground sheet. A little bit lighter than my rig 3.5. So the kanga holds on one of our Airlock Extra dry bags. And then in that, I've got some of our soon-to-come merino base layer trousers, long sleeve top, pack towel, filament down jacket for the chilly nights, synthetic pipe dream sleeping bag, and an Aero 120 sleeping mat. So that'll stay on my bike until the end of the day. I won't need to open it up until I finish riding. I've also got a dynamo hub, so I've got a exposure Revo light on the front here, and then for navigation I've just got a Garmin 200. Because it's following a set route, I didn't really need to do any kind of navigation by map. I was just following the line, and that was pretty much the lightest GPS I could use. And I've got 2 stem cells either side of the handlebars. The first one, I've got a spot tracker just in the little mesh pocket here, spare 100ml gas canister, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, about 8 mule bars, and neatly tucked in the bottom I've got a spare inner tube, got one of those either side, and then a really lightweight lock just made up from a derailleur cable. And then the other side I've got some mobile gels, some coffee, chocolate, got my Mighty Mug, lighter, snap wire sport, Kraku stove, another gas cylinder, so I was carrying 2 gas cylinders, Mighty Mug, you have a spare inner tube, then coming down to the fuel pod in the middle here. This is kind of not quite as tight as I wanted it, but I've basically got my iPhone inside a Apple wallet, got small Anchor power pack, which the dynamo charges during the day, and then I use that to charge my iPhone or to charge the Garmin GPS as well. At the moment there's a lot of cables in there that really needs tidying up a little bit to make it more compact. And going down to the possum, I've got 4 tent pegs, I've got a compass, got some lithium batteries for the spot, some storm shore patches, and a few zip ties for emergencies. And on the other side, I have 4 packs of extreme food. On the Tuscany Trail, you don't really need to carry food, to be absolutely honest. There's lots of bars on the way, but in fact a lot of people didn't actually carry stoves either. And then I've got a small first aid kit, essentials in there, and of course a pump, mini pump. I went with bottle cages, so I have 2 bottles during the ride, and then in the koala at the back, which you can see is actually quite stuffed full. Couldn't fit any more in it. So I had a fairly heavyweight fleece. I tend to get a chill in the morning, so I'd wear that most mornings, even though it got hot during the day. I took a fairly heavyweight waterproof, didn't actually need it, but if it was chucking it down for 3 days, I wanted to make sure that I could be comfortable. Spare cycling shorts, big. Wash kit, creams, sun cream, that kind of thing. Lightweight waterproof trousers. More extreme food. Chamois cream, kept me going. Warm gloves in case it was cold. Backup map in case I had to abort the ride and find my way back. Money, wallet, passport, got a spare glove. Another merino base layer. Spare socks, pants. One of our draft excluders. I wore that during the day to keep the sun off my neck. It was quite handy. Another pair of cycling shorts. Nice lightweight pair of trousers for the evening. And finally, just a really lightweight pair of shoes for the end of the day. Didn't actually use those during the duration of the Tuscany Trail, but before and after they were quite useful just for kind of walking around town at the end of the day. That's pretty much it. It wasn't the lightest bike by any means, but like I said, I seem to have quite a lot of kit to cover many eventualities with me. A whole lot, including bike, probably came in about 24 kilos. And one last thing that did come in useful was one of our silicone nylon lightweight rucksacks that I just stuffed in the back of the koala. That was really useful kind of at the end of the day when you're passing a shop and you just want to pick up a beer, some bread, some cheese. It was just so much easier to bung it in there rather than trying to squash it in all the kind of the bags on my bike and ride half an hour to the busy spot. So that's quite useful as well.